I throw a coin in the Trevi fountain, I'll make a wish for you.
And what's that going to be?
May Big Joan never become governor permanently.
Oh, if she ever does, I'll be on the first jet out of here.
Perhaps you'd better leave now with your friend if you don't like the thought of working under me.
Oh, wait a minute, you're not deputy governor yet.
Well, don't wait on the formalities. You might miss that plane.
Can't wait to step into my shoes, can you?
Just being practical. Because when I'm deputy governor, Mrs. Reynolds will get the support she needs.
Now, that's not very complimentary to Meg.
Let's just say that I don't let the women get away with murder.
No, you don't have to reassure us of your strong-arm tactics. We've had quite enough evidence of those in the past.
I doubt that you would have been game to make that sort of accusation if you weren't opting out.
Will Officers Ferguson and Morris report to the Governor's office immediately, please?
Well, good luck.
See you at home. Well, for once the department has acted quite quickly. They've made their decision on Colleen's replacement already.
Well, that shouldn't have been too difficult, even for them.
Now, I want to emphasize that the officer who doesn't get the promotion shouldn't take it as a reflection on her efficiency.
I'm sure any intelligent person would realize that.
Good. I felt sure that I could rely on that reaction from you, Joan. And I know that you'll take Meg's appointment as deputy in just that spirit.
Oh, God, what a waste my life has been. Some mother I am. My daughter needs me and she's on her own.
Now, that's not true. You've been a great mother to Kay.
I can't help Kay in here, Jude. And by God, I've got to help her. I've got to escape and find Kay. You with me or not?
Joan, before you go back.
Yes?
I just want to say I know how much you wanted the position, and I'm
Spare
sorry.
the sympathy. No one's listening.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I think I don't know your little game, Morris. I have seen you sucking your way around this prison till it's made my stomach turn.
I beg your pardon.
So it worked, but you won't be able to keep it up. It takes more than crawling to hold that job.
Have you quite finished? Now, I'll forget that little outburst because I know you're upset. But the decision has been made, and the sooner you accept it, the better it'll be all round.
Accept it, that'll be the day. You made damn sure I wouldn't get that job, didn't you?
What do you mean?
Ah, the little Camilla Wells slander bit in the paper. You certainly had a hand in that. Or maybe one of your little crim mates did it for you so it wouldn't reflect back on you.
If you think I'm going to stand here...
And if you think I'm going to stand here and see Wentworth turned into a circus just because the department made a mistake...
Then as new deputy governor, I suggest if you can't live with it, you'd better write out your resignation. Because I am here to stay, Ferguson.
Of course, I understand. God, if it were my daughter out there, nothing would keep me in here. Jude, I just feel like I'm letting you all down. You're not letting us down. We'll manage. God, if you don't do everything you can for her, you'll never forgive yourself. It's just that, Myra, have you thought that you might not be able to find her? And even if you do find her, if she's on the hard stuff, there's going to be very little you can do for her on the run. I've got to find her, Jude. I've got to find her and help. Oh, God. I know, love. I had to make sure that you'd thought it all out. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Look, I'll just stay out long enough to get her through this. Then I'll give myself up. Well, that's up to you.
G'day, Bobby. Hey, reckon this is a bit of all right, eh? Nothing like having your mate around. What you doing? Oh, no! Now, you turn that off. What the hell do you think you're doing? You give those here. Why? You can't go listen to that punk rubbish no more. It's bad for the baby.
What do you mean it's bad for the baby? You probably just changed the colour of its hair. You gave me such a fright.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a scare. But I read somewhere that nice, soft music makes a baby happy. Now, you want to have a happy baby, don't you?
And I read that a happy mother makes a happy baby, but it's going to be a nervous wreck the way you're going.
Why? What am I doing wrong?
first of all you make me give up smoking, then you make me take up drinking milk, and now you want to take my music away.
Oh, that all. Hey, I'm going to talk to Mrs. Morris. Get her to get you something nice and soft, like 1001 Strings, something like that.
Bloody hell. Hey, where you reckon I ought to put my ribbon? Round your neck and pull it tight.
Now, come on, Bobby. I'm only trying to make sure the baby gets off to a good start. Don't you get sore with me.
I know.
Hey, it's too bad you can't figure out who the dad is, eh? Nothing like a proper family for a little kid to grow up in.
Yeah.
I reckon my Charlie be a good dad. You ought to see the way he treats his animals. Nothing's too good for him.
Getting pretty serious about Charlie, are you?
Oh, come off it. Give me a hand with me stuff, eh? I want to talk to Mrs. Morris about your music before she goes home.
It's not going to be easy, I know. Reb and her mob will think the top dog position's been handed to them on a silver platter.
If you can keep the drugs out of the prison for a while, Cass and I can handle it till you get back.
Listen to us, I'm not even out yet. Any ideas?
No, unfortunately. It's a pity you're already not out there, you know, on work release or something like that.
Fat over that.
Hang about. What about that fete next week? And there must be some way where we could disguise you and you could walk out with them without being noticed.
I think you might have something, Jude. Oh, no, I couldn't do it. It'd put you all in the poo.
Wouldn't worry us, and if it worried you, you could always check with them.
Oh, better not. Well, not everyone anyway. The fewer that know, the better.
Okay. Hey, honey, what's the matter? No more knit one, pearl two?
Oh, I'm letting Tammy do some. I'm too depressed about what that awful man tried to do to Hannah to concentrate.
Yes, the poor love. She's probably well on her way by now.
Oh, girls!
Yeah, all right, just calm
Did you get everything?
Well, I think so, Pixie, but no, I couldn't get that male blow-up doll that Jacko ordered. Officer Barry's put your clay and your paint over there, Judy. That's for Ronnie. Ronnie, that's for you. There you are. That's Jude for you, Hunt. And Mason's parcel over here. Materials. And materials.
Pretty good hatch to make a packet out of this.
More than you think. Reader's letter said it was all go for the dope on Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah, so get working. One of your macrame wonders is going to be holding a very pricey plant.
Hey, what you got here, Pete?
Oh, the stuff! Mr. Dan, did you get my dyes and everything?
Yes, there's yours, Bobby. And if there's anyone else you know hasn't collected their stuff, tell them they can do so before lock-up. Right?
Thank you very much, Miss Anne. Hey, Cass, your paint and clay are over there?
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Barry. I've just run out. Hey, this is going to be some fate, isn't it, eh?
It certainly is. There's nothing like a good fate.
Oh, hey, my music. Oh, I nearly forgot. Hey, Mrs. Morris.
What is she up to?
You wouldn't believe what she's dreamed up next. And I thought all I had to do was sit around and look at my tummy grow.
Coming.
The summer's gone, I'm crying.
Hi.
G'day.
Sorry for just turning up like this. Should have rung.
No, not at all. I'll have a glass of red.
Thank you, I need it. I'm feeling very edgy. Not going to be very good company, I'm afraid.
Trevor Priest hasn't been hassling you again, has he?
In a way, yes. It's just that every time I drop off, I have these dreadful nightmares. Bastards in every one of them, and he just keeps laughing at me.
Get some of this into you.
Thank you. I'll be all right once he's behind bars.
Look, you do realise that sometimes these culpable driving offenders get off pretty light, don't you?
For God's sake, he killed my father!
Yeah, I know, and sometimes...
Just leave it! Leave it. Oh, even the smell of it makes me want to chuck.
Cheer up, love. It can't last much longer.
Now, here you go, Bobby. I even taught Mrs. O'Regan and let me put a raw egg in it for you.
Oh, yuck.
Well, what did I say? She's got morning sickness, Cass.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. Never mind, I'll get another one for lunch, eh? Oh, look, hang on to your toast. Reckon she'd keep that down, and I snitched her an apple.
There's no doubt about you, mate. Hey, you not invite anyone to the fete?
Well, I was thinking of inviting Mr. Schumann, but I don't think he's very happy with me at the moment. Well, not since I ran away with Ralph.
Look, talking about the fate, I think I should mention something.
Yeah? Oh, excuse me, Myra, but you want that punch?
Go for it, Cass.
Well, go on. What is it?
I'm going over the fence the day of the vote.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, well, I don't want anyone else to know, well, except Bobby. But I'll be back as soon as I find Kay and help her.
Oh, I know you'll find her, Myra, and everything will be wonderful again.
Don't you worry about nothing, Myra. And if we can do anything to help you, just say the word.
Thanks, love. But I don't want any of you putting your head on the block for me. And I don't want any of you even knowing how I'm going to do it.
Okay, you lot, come on, get a move on. What's wrong, Cass?
I forgot to stir the egg up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's all very well for you to laugh, but our little group's won 2 trophies already. That's more than Norm's team ever did.
Don't tell me your darts team beat Norm's again.
We certainly did. Started out to be a friendly game, but you can imagine what happened. Oh, Meg, your new pips.
Just thought I'd get them on before the women came in for their break.
Jane's still breathing fire, is she?
How'd you guess who I meant?
Oh, who needs to guess? It's a wonder you're still alive. She wasn't exactly smiling about it, now was she? Oh, good morning, Miss Ferguson.
What do you reckon, Jane? Joyce's darts team won again.
Really? Morning, everyone.
Morning.
I thought I'd give you prior warning. We'll be getting Lee Templar here this morning.
Gosh, not that beautiful Lee Templar girl on TV.
Well, that'll add a touch of class to the place, won't it?
You've got a funny impression of what creates class. She's a confessed killer.
I'm surprised she didn't get bail, a top model like that with friends in high places.
Oh, poor thing. She's going to find it very hard to fit in here with our lot after the life she's led.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're all au fait with the situation. The reason I brought it up is that I've had a directive saying we should make life as easy as possible for her while she's here.
Another one of those.
Surely the department realised that if we give her the kid glove treatment, the other women will turn against her.
Exactly. Mollycoddling only creates problems. We've had enough evidence of that in the past.
Yes, well, no matter how we feel, the directive came from the minister himself. So we've got no choice, have we?
Oh,
Hey, Myra, heard about you getting out. Reckon it's great.
Thanks, love, but forget you heard it.
Oh, but...
No buts. Now get on with the pickup.
Hey, now you shouldn't be doing that by yourself.
Oh, Jude, will you do something about her? She's driving me bonkers.
Look, you ought to be lying down having a rest. You was real crook this morning. Now, why can't Phyllis do it, eh?
Oh, rack off, will ya?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind changing scenery.
No, Bobby's going to do it.
Oh, Myra!
Come on now, Cass. The kid's got to get exercise. You don't want her sitting on her butt for 7 months.
You see, the way you're feeding me up, I'll be the size of an elephant.
Why, it's your own good back.
Hold it, Mitchell. I have an announcement to make. Thought you'd like to know. You've got a new deputy governor.
Jeez.
What was that?
I bet, Miss Ferguson.
And I'm sure you'll all be very happy to know Mrs. Morris got the job. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Well, you think you've won, don't you? Slandering me in the paper. Well, enjoy it, because it won't last. Get out, Mitchell. The rest of you, back to work. Mitchell. Now, you can tell me who made the call to that Wells woman, can't you?
I didn't know anyone had.
Then I suggest you catch up on the local gossip. In fact, I'll give you until tomorrow night to find out.
But, Miss Ferguson, if it was one of us, I would have heard about it.
I said find out, Mitchell. After all, it is important that you stay healthy in your condition, isn't it?
Honestly, you would not believe what some of the men write to their women. Listen to this. No, I cannot bear to read it out loud. The man must be loopy. Oh, gosh.
Take care of this, will you? There are still more bags to bring in.
Yes. Well, you certainly came prepared, didn't you?
Well, I expect to be staying quite a while.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Well, we'll have to have the bags over here. They all have to be checked, you know. It could take quite a while.
What should I do now, Miss...
Mrs. Barry. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Miss Templar, coming over to here onto this white line while I read the charges. It won't take long. Good. Now, if you'll just answer the questions, please. Your name is Lee Templar, is that correct?
Yes.
And you have been charged with murder
and remanded to Wentworth Detention Centre until your trial. Is that correct?
Yes.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, and I'll swap jobs. I can't find anything in these departmental memos to smile about.
It's Joyce. She's looking for volunteers to help list Lee Templar's personal effects. She said there's enough stuff there to stock a string of boutiques.
Yes, I know. She just rang and asked if we could fit 3 more lockers in Templar's cell to hold it all.
Will she be allowed to keep all that stuff with her?
Well, if Joyce is right, we'll have to store most of it. Anyway, Meg, that's not why I asked to see you. Something's come up I feel I have to warn you about.
Oh?
Erica just rang. Joan has filed an official complaint regarding your promotion.
You're joking? On what grounds?
She feels you're a bad choice because of your past record and your medical history. Also, that she was discriminated against because of the article in the paper.
Oh, she didn't waste any time, did she?
No, and if I were you, I'd get straight onto it and come out fighting.
You can be damn sure I will.
You mean this is it, huh? Just one locker?
Yes, well, you heard what Mrs. Reynolds said. What you can't fit in, we'll store for you anyway.
Oh, God, it's no bigger than a bathroom, is it?
Well, at least you've got a cell to yourself. Now, look, here's your rule book.
Mrs. Barry?
Oh, yes.
Wasn't this prisoner in solitary?
Oh, well, you see, Miss Templar spent the obligatory 24 hours at the watch house.
I see. Well, if you'd like to have lunch, I'll take over for you.
Oh, good. Thanks very much.
So, the minister seems to think you're a very special person. I wonder why.
Why don't you ask him?
I don't think that's necessary. I'm quite happy to go along with whatever he says. So if you have any problems, just let me know.
Just what kind of problems, Miss Ferguson?
Well, you're not the usual riff-raff Templar. These women can be pretty malicious if they think someone has more than they do. And you have.
Yes, well, if you don't mind, I've got some unpacking to do.
You also have a bed to make, Templar. So just remember, any problems, you'll find me a useful friend. I'll be back to get you in 10 minutes to take you to the dining room. Be ready.
Well, I'll think of something before tomorrow night. If the freak hassles you, you let me know, OK?
Oh, well, shouldn't I tell her I did it? I mean, it's not fair to put Bobby in such awful trouble.
No, Pixie, we're in this together.
Yeah, well, don't tell Cass. I'm really smothering already.
All right, Jude, would you mind if I sit down next to Bobby?
Oh, sure, honey.
So, you feeling okay?
Yeah, it goes by lunchtime.
Good. Stirred the egg up this time.
Enough, be quiet, the lot of you.
Lovely, like a film star.
She ain't ugly, that's for sure.
And she must have something more than looks going for her. Look at the way the freak's hovering.
Who'd you say she was? Pix and Avon lady.
No, no, Bobby. She's the model who does all of those Sibel perfuming.
Oh, so it is. She killed someone, didn't she?
Yeah, manager or agent, somebody like that.
how sad.
Eyes up for eyes. Looks like the freak beaches.
Will you buzz off, Keen?
Yeah, you better stop saying those things or you're going to be real sorry.
Don't bother. Don't worry yourself. She's not there.
Well, it certainly won't help with our staffing problems, but I don't suppose there's much we can do about it.
Oh, I'm sure the department will find a replacement as soon as possible, Mrs. Reynolds.
That'll be 2 replacements they'll owe us.
Oh, yes, I see you worry.
Come in, Rick. This is Mr. Herdman.
Mr. Manning.
Nice to meet you.
Mr. Herdman's from the Juvenile Division at Angus Street. I think you'd better sit down.
Sounds serious.
Well, Rick, I'm happy to tell you the department has decided to use your qualifications. You're to be moved on to bigger and better things.
Where might that be?
Well, you'll be all over the place, actually. The home base will be Angus Street, of course. But as juvenile crimes counsellor, you'll be visiting institutions all over the state.
I didn't even know the job was up for grabs.
Oh, we've had our heads down checking suitable people for months now. You don't have any reservations about accepting, do you?
Hell, no. That's exactly what I've always wanted to get into.
Congratulations, Rick.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Could you bring your mop? I've spilt some shampoo. What's wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me, but you need some straightening out. You make a mess, you clean it up. Well. A Jade Rogers yet. She'd get a shock to know she's going to have a daily fashion parade in Wentworth.
Didn't think I'd find anyone in here who recognised designer labels. Not hiding a wardrobe of your own, are you?
Gotta be kidding. Saw enough of this junk when I was a kid. Every time my mother flitted off to one of her society gigs. She looked like a clown in most of them. Still, that doesn't matter, does it? As long as it's designer label.
Look, sorry I asked you to clean up before. I thought it might have been one of your duties.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm Lee. What's your name?
Keen.
Deirdre Keen's daughter?
Yes, so what if I am?
Oh, nothing. It must have been an awful shock for your parents when you were sent in here.
Doubt it. Busy social calendar. Doesn't leave much time for worrying about what your kids might be up to.
Well, if you want to borrow anything.
You've got to be joking.
We better have a chat to our latest visitor. That's asking for trouble.
So what?
Our model prisoner. The women will blacklist her if she stands around talking to screws.
Well, they might anyway. She looks like snob material to me.
We've got it all worked out, Myra.
Yeah, Myra, we thought of everything you're going to need.
Hey, let me tell it was my idea.
Oh, but I thought of the hat. But this can't wait, Myra.
All right, Pixie, you tell it.
Well, we worked out a perfect way for you to escape.
Oh, now come on. I thought I told you all to stay out of that.
We won't get into any trouble, honest.
No, Myra, we want to help. In case your kid and she's in strife, we want to help you find her.
Okay. Fire away.
Well, Bobby's
Just Pixie.
Well, Bobby's going to get a key to the clothes storeroom, and I'm going to get somebody's visitors card.
Yeah, and I'm going to be ready to start up a bit of a ruckus case the screws get onto you.
Looks as though you got your own escape committee.
It's a bit like it, doesn't it?
Now, come on, you girls. Why aren't you doing some nice, healthy exercise?
Are you kidding? I'm still getting over the last game I played.
Well, that's because you're not using your muscles enough, Judy. Now, go on, get over there, the lot of you.
Come on now. Come on, the five of us will play then. Come on.
Yeah.
I got a bad back.
No,
Barry. Hey, Mrs. Barry, can we pot some of these plants for the feet?
Yeah, I've been making these holders, but they're not going to look much with nothing in them.
Oh, yeah, that'll be all right, but you'd better get a move on because we've only got about half an hour left, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, look at Miss Glamourpuss sucking up.
That's all her type can do. Don't worry, she's on the list. But she'll have to wait. Those bitches over there come first. Have a look at it, will you? Talk about kindergarten dropouts. What about tomorrow?
It's all set. Lou's on kitchen duty.
Good.
You sure she won't cark it or nothing?
Might cut her up a bit. Then the angel dust didn't do me a lot of good, did it?
What do you got in mind for Desmond?
Not sure yet. Don't worry, I'll think of something. You just get on with her. What's the matter? Don't want to dirty your hands with the rest of us.
What are you staring at, Rip?
Just admiring the country craft, Cass.
Well, don't. It is secret till it's finished.
Better keep it a secret even then.
Bobby!
What?
You're pregnant.
Oh, so tell me something I don't know.
So you shouldn't be carrying nothing heavy.
Well, this isn't heavy.
It's too heavy for you.
I'm pregnant, Cass, not crippled.
It's not good for you.
And a tug-of-war is, I suppose.
Bobby, let go.
Oh, with you. Will you get off me?
I'm very sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I've got clams on you.
So strange.
What is?
The house. Living there alone. I'm thinking of selling it. I'll be homeless. I'll have nowhere to live, and then do you know what'll happen?
What?
You'll curse the day you ever told me where to find the key to your house. Don't think I haven't made copies. Next thing you know, I'll be moving all your furniture around.
Be my guest. Doesn't look any worse than what it does now.
Really barged in on your life, haven't I?
Ah, don't be silly. Glad I've been able to help. Not that you've needed too much.
Oh, I'm a big girl now.
You take care of everything, huh?
In time. I don't know how I'll go with the trial tomorrow. I've arranged for an old friend of Pop's to look after the news agency while I'm away studying.
Why don't you just sell it?
Oh, I couldn't. It's got too much of Pop.
Listen, I got a new job. Juvenile crimes counsellor.
You don't seem too happy about it.
No, I am. It's just a lot of time on the road and only the weekends free.
Gee, I hope they don't offer you a pay increase, Rick. Then you'll be really depressed, won't you? I'll miss you when I'm away. God, I'll be glad when the trial's over.
Did you see that dressing gown she had on this morning?
Lee.
Yeah, must have cost her a packet.
Well, Michelangelo, finished David yet?
David? And how come Lady Mac gets to shower last?
Shut up, Aunt, and sit down.
Hey, Jude, your fly's undone.
Yeah. I tell you.
Who's Italian?
Michelangelo.
Oh, so's his mother.
Hey, how big's that David statue?
Oh,
16 foot.
Gonna make it about a foot long.
you know, they tell me it's not the size that counts.
Ah, now that is a rumour started by little men.
Hey, where's your milk?
Gee, what's it? It's a it's glass. It's full of it.
Mine's okay.
Mine too. You're bleeding.
Mara, I think we're going to have to teach somebody a lesson.
She's asked for it once too often, Jude.
You want to get out of here? You want to spend time in solitary. There's plenty of time to get to her. After the fact.
Would it be a law against alarm clocks that don't work? Or to be given time? Jake? Alarm clocks? Time?
You be at work long?
No, only an hour, so just got a few things to do. The court doesn't start till 10 and there's a couple of cases before hours I've checked.
Yeah. It's not all that it's cracked up to be, is it?
What is it?
Acting brave.
Go on, you'll be all right. I'll see you later, eh?
Bye-bye.
Bryant looks a bit cut up about something.
Yeah, might have something to do with the lousy breakfast she had.
You shouldn't have to put up with that because of me. Don't worry about it and don't make me talk. It hurts.
All right, you lot, straighten up. Okay, Fisher, Corbett and Kennedy to the kitchen. Mitchell, Hunt, Parker, Desmond, Bryant, Keane and Vaughan to the laundry. Street, Young and Lana to the workshop. The rest of you cleaning. Get a move on.
Don't worry, Mara. I know what to do. Be careful. No worry.
Miss Ferguson, I'm sorry, but couldn't I go to the workshop?
You had your assignment, Bryant. Get a move on.
Yeah, but... Mrs. Morris.
Yes, Judy.
Could I please go to the workshop instead of the laundry? I got some trestle tables to build.
I don't see why not.
Thank you very much.
Have you finished with that master sheet?
Yes, Mrs. Morris?
Must have been hard on her brother. Growing up without a sister.
Oh, Jude.
What are you doing here?
Good morning, Joan.
Thought you had time off to go to the hearing.
Yeah, I've got a few things to do. Doesn't start till 10.
Morning.
G'day.
Morning.
I'd like to introduce you to Dennis Crookshank. He's been appointed as a new officer. Dennis, this is Joan Ferguson.
Mr. Crookshank?
Pleased to meet you.
And Rick Manning.
Hey, Dennis.
Hello.
See how quick the department is, Rick? And your locker not even cold and empty.
You mean they're not going to dedicate that to me as a shrine?
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes.
I heard about your new job. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I put in for it as well, but being a new bloke, I didn't give myself much of a chance.
Worked in prisons before, Mr. Crookshank?
Yes, the Borstal system. It's a sad reflection on England, I'm afraid, but, well, I doubt whether Wentworth could be much tougher than that.
Oh, you'll find plenty of kindness and compassion at Wentworth, Mr. Crookshank. You see, discipline is virtually unknown here.
And he just came straight out at my father without any attempt to stop. Pop didn't have a chance.
Did you see the accused after the accident?
Yes.
And how was he? Was he lucid, apologetic, distressed?
Objection. Sustained.
He was drunk.
Thank you, Miss Milson. No further questions?
Since the accident, how many times have you and the accused met?
Twice.
Have you ever hit the accused? Your Honor, please. You must answer the question, Miss Milson. I'll repeat the question. Have you ever hit the accused?
Yes.
Did he attack you?
No.
Has the accused ever offered you his condolences?
Yes, but
Where
I
were
didn't.
you?
At my father's funeral.
Which is where you hit the accused?
Yes, but...
Has the accused ever offered you his help since the accident?
Yes, but I didn't
Please,
want to...
please, just answer the questions, Miss Milson.
Yes.
So, the accused has offered you his condolences and his help. And in return, you hit him.
Yes.
Was it the front or the rear of the car that hit your father?
The front.
Were you able to see the rear at that moment?
No.
Did the accused apply the brakes of his car before the accident occurred?
No.
Oh, then you have X-ray vision, Miss Milson?
Of course not.
But you could see the brake lights on the rear of the car, even though you were looking at the front of the car.
No.
Did the accused stop after the accident?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Milson. No further questions.
Pay attention, please, ladies.
Got a captive audience, Mrs. M.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
This is our new officer, Mr. Crookshank.
Good morning, ladies. It's nice to meet you all.
Pommy, eh?
Guilty as charged, I'm afraid.
You a fair dinkum pom, Mr. Crookshank?
Totally, dinky dark.
Eh? Oh, you don't talk much like that, Mrs. Thatcher or the Queen.
Yeah, I bet he has a bath once a year, whether he needs
A
it or not.
Mrs. M, congrats on the deputy job.
Yeah. We was afraid Miss Ferguson was going to get it, you know,
Oh,
Mrs.
that's
Morris.
enough, thank you, Kiss. Well, that's all here. Back to work, please, ladies.
After you, Mrs. Morris.
Ah, nice manners, too. Just like my Charlie.
Sorry. Just came to get your dirty towels. Nice gear you got on.
Oh, I've got a wardrobe full of them.
Must have cost you a bit, eh?
Well, actually, they cost my boyfriend.
Don't reckon I'd ever get enough to get something like that.
You're Bobby, aren't you?
Yeah, Bobby Mitchell.
You look a bit young to be in here.
Oh, well, I'm 18.
That old, eh? On the pension yet?
And I'm going to have a baby.
Yeah, I know. Cass told me. What's the daddy-to-be think about it?
Oh, he's real pleased. He can't wait to come and see me.
Yeah, all 50 of them. Now, let's see, it'd be in the hundreds, wouldn't it?
See you later. I've got to go back to the laundry.
Good idea.
You're always that nasty.
Why don't you wait? You'll find out.
Bitch.
Have you ever been in trouble with the police?
Yes, sir.
You have? When?
Well, now.
No, Mr. Priest. Before this situation arose.
Oh, no, sir.
Would you tell the court what happened on the night of the accident?
Well, there's not much to tell. I was driving along when suddenly the old man appeared out of nowhere, waving at...
Waving?
Yes, sir.
He's lying.
Who to?
I don't know.
Well, then in which direction was he waving?
To someone across the street.
Well, then his direction wasn't to your oncoming car?
No. He just stepped straight off the footpath.
Could you have avoided hitting him?
All happened so fast. I didn't have time to react. He was there, I slammed on the brakes. I hit him. I stopped. It was a matter of seconds.
Do you think you were at fault in any way?
Look, it's been going through my mind ever since the accident. I can't blame myself. I feel sorry. I wish it hadn't happened. I feel sorry for Miss Milsom. I know how much she must hate me. But it just wasn't my fault.
Thank you, Mr. Priest. No further questions?
I'm sorry.
Hello, Miss Ferguson. Can I get you a cuppa?
No, thank you. I can do it myself.
It's certainly good to get a moment, isn't it? Sit down and have a coffee.
One of the prisoners haven't stolen the urn. Although with Mrs. Morris as Deputy Governor, they wouldn't need to. She'd give it to them.
I take it you don't approve of Mrs. Morris in that position?
Mrs. Morris and I are worlds apart when it comes to methods needed to run a prison.
Really? What are your methods?
In a word, discipline. Or in Mrs. Morris's case, lack of it. That's why I've decided to lodge an appeal against her promotion. The women will have a field day under her slack supervision. They'll probably run riot.
Well, she seems to be very popular with him, though.
Oh, yeah. You give them anything they want, and they're bound to like you. Trouble is, they then do anything they want. Now, you take this fate, for instance. There is a recipe for disaster. You can be sure of that, Mr. Crookshank.
You all right, Poppy? Well, they did the same thing coming from the workshop. After you, Mrs. Morris. Oh, but she was blushing.
Yeah, I think he's a very nice fellow. Well, very nice manners and everything.
Do you think if I asked nicely, he'd open the gate for me?
I don't think his manners are going to stretch that far.
I'll tell him I'm a boomerang.
What do you reckon, Bobby?
What? You all right? You're not saying much.
Yeah. Nothing's wrong, is it, love?
Hey, now, look, you don't reckon it's because you didn't drink your milk.
Kaz, it's not because I didn't drink my milk.
Well, what is it then?
It's this key thing. I've been carrying the imprint around in my pocket all day. I'm scared I'm going to get caught.
Oh, thanks, Bobby.
Really, huh? I'll be back on by lunchtime.
How's your lunch? Better than breakfast?
I'll tell you something, Mara. I think it tasted better with the glass.
Oh, last time that bitch looked down her nose at me. You finished that work of art?
Yeah, didn't do a bad job either.
Good. 2 down and 1 to go. And for Desmond, I'm going to make it really special.
3 principal witnesses exist. Miss Rachel Milsom, Mr. Rick Manning, and Mr. Trevor Priest. And the evidence presented is conflicting. Does a doubt exist? Has the evidence presented proved beyond reasonable doubt that the accused is guilty of culpable driving in the same manner that he is guilty of driving with a blood alcohol content in excess of 0.15%? I have considered all the evidence and believe that there is still a doubt as to the accused's guilt. We must remember that justice is firmly based on a very precious point of law, namely, that innocence need not be proven, only guilt. Would the accused please stand? Trevor Priest, on the charge of culpable driving, the court finds you not guilty. On the charge of driving with a blood alcohol content in excess of 0.15%, the court finds you guilty and sentences you to a fine of $500 and cancellation of your driving license for 2 years. Case dismissed.
Bitches! Oh, jeez, Ma, I'm so nervous about the family coming. I'm mucking up my statues.
Hope I get to meet him, Cass.
Oh, you will. Gonna make sure all my mates meet Dad and Albie. Charlie, too, if he gets here, before you go. And where have you been? I was going to give you an hand with your model.
Been to see Mrs. M, see if she can get in touch with someone for me.
Oh, who's that?
Father of me baby.
What?
Can't you hear, Reb? I said me baby's dad.
Sure. Going through the Sydney phone book, are you?
Shut up. What's his name, love?
Jack. Jack Gordon.
Oh.
Well, what's this? Playtime at the prison. Just some mail. Corbett, Kennedy and Fisher.
Hey, Cass, why don't you show us your statues now?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, come on, Cass, big sport.
Yes, Parker. Now's your chance to show us how brilliant you really are.
Oh, well, you see,
Now,
Miss...
Parker, no buts.
It's not the end of it. Not by a long way.
Hey, thanks for doing a good job. If you got time tomorrow, I'll buy you lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah, to celebrate.
Celebrate? Now, Mr. Priest, let's not get carried away, shall we? I was employed to do a job, and I did it. So, goodbye. And don't drive.
What can I do for you, lovey?
You killed my father, you lying bastard.
Maybe you'll find it safer in heaven, eh?
Go to the carriage.
You ought to look after your girlfriend, mate. I reckon she's right off her nut.
Think you've heard the last of this, do you?
Well, what are you going to do about it? You heard the judge.
Yeah, well, there's other ways.
Yeah, you're frightening me.
I saw what happened that night. You're gone.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.